Hi folks, this is Vince with Ads Gaming Addiction, and once again we're going to play Star Wars X-Wing. Well, I'll be commenting on Star Wars X-Wing. It's a game that Vinny Jr. and I played today. I am playing as the Imperial Fleet. I've got 7 TIE Fighters, 2 of which are First Order. And you can see I've got 4 Academy Pilots. I've got HAL Runner with the Stealth Device and Veteran Instincts, and 2 Epsilon Squadron Pilots. All of that came to 99 points. And Vinny was playing as the Rebel Alliance. He's playing as Choppa, I think it is, the Ghost, and the Hawk 290. And I may have to zoom in on this. He does have the attachment to the Ghost. I'm putting that into the camera's view there. So yeah, Chopper, the VCX 100 with the Ghost, Mercenary Co-Pilot, dorsal turret, and fire control system. Trying to read upside down, not easy to do. And then we've got the Hawk 290, Jan Ors. And she has Predators, let's see, Predator, Blaster, Turret, Recon Specialist, and Moldy Crow. So basically she can get lots and lots of focus tokens. And then finally the Attack Shuttle, Zeb, with the Phantom. That's the attachment to the Ghost. You can launch that from your rear template at some point during the game if you want to. Okay, so like the other games, I have this set to 2x so that it goes a little bit faster here. And I was curious to see how a TIE Swarm would stand up to some of the later wave ships. I mean, normally with TIE Swarms, they would go up against X-Wings or, Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3 ships. But I wanted to see how TIE Swarms did against later ships. And yes, it's an interesting matchup. My 2 First Order TIE Fighters have 1 shield each, giving them a slight advantage over the other TIE Fighters, but... Well, even this part might be a little boring. I didn't bother taking any actions here, just because we weren't going to be in range of anything. Although Vinny, again, has that special ability on his Hawk 290, where if you take a focus token, the Recon Specialist will give you an extra focus token, and on top of that, the Moldy Crow title will let you keep, he just knocked over the Ghost, it let you keep the focus tokens. So he's going to be queuing up focus tokens for his blaster turret that he has. Now, the chopper that he's flying here, the Ghost, I think it's whenever you land on someone or whenever you're touching someone, during the combat phase or after something, I don't remember the card off the top of my head, but you get a stress token. So you want to avoid running into him if at all possible. But with my TIE Fighters, it's kind of going to be difficult to do, especially with so many of them. Alright, so like I said, Vinny's queuing up focus tokens. The Moldy Crow title lets him keep those, while the Recon Specialist lets him double up on those, which is kind of nice. Now, I don't remember if you're allowed to have more than the 2 that you get. If you can just keep taking the action focus and then just keep queuing them up forever, and then have like 6, 7, 8 focus tokens on you. I don't remember, but for this game, I let him do it. Again, we fly casual. It's important to note that. Now, I'm taking actions just in case he decided to fly straight and get really far up there, but I don't think we were in range for anything. The difficult part for me was trying to get HAL Runner around 6 other ships at range 1. HAL Runner is in the back there, as you can see. He has a pilot skill of 4 on his Ghost, and I think an 8 on his Hawk 290. With Veteran Instincts on my HAL Runner, which is an 8, mine is now 10. So HAL Runner would activate last in this case. Alright, yeah, so no range there. Although Vinny took an extra focus for his Recon Specialist. And this is the hardest part. Just trying to figure out what to do with 7 TIE fighters. I haven't flown a swarm in ages, and trying to get them to fly in formation, not easy to do. It's a good thing where I'm speeding this up by 2. Even with the times 2, this is taking a while. But yeah, Vinny's choice of loadout here was pretty interesting. Alright, so it looks like my TIE fighters here are now going to jump into the fray, if I remember correctly. I think I have most of them going like a 2-bank or 2-hard turn, whatever it's called. And I have the first order TIE fighters up front because they've got that shield and can take an extra hit. So I'm trying to get them to be targeted first if at all possible. So I think it's mainly everyone had focus. Now, Howl Runner being at the end here, the way she was. Now, this is not Howl Runner. This is just one of the Academy pilots. But I wanted to get a line of sight on, even though I ran into my own ship there, I wanted to make sure my firing arc had a solution. And that ghost never stays on that base. Always falling off. Looks like he took a focus. Hawk 290. 2 straight. Okay. Now Jan Orr's ability lets her take a stress, and then anyone at range 1 to 3 gets an extra attack die. So basically he's copying my previous strategy from the other video that we recently played, or the recent game that we recently played. And now Howl Runner. This was, I think, my mistake. Because I did a 3-hard turn just trying to get into a firing arc, and I thought me being back there with a stealth device I'd be safe. Well, denying Howl Runner a focus token or an evade can mean the game. I mean, if the dice are not kind to you, like I rolled, okay, this is Howl Runner rolling. And at range 3, the ghost does get, a defense die, but normally it doesn't have any. So I did 1 damage, so I took 1 shield off you. So now your Hawk 290 is shooting 1 attack die, well not yours, but Vinny's, yeah, he rolled a blank. With Predator, he re-rolled, got a hit. Got 1 evade, so no damage from the Hawk 290. The Ghost is going after, at range 3, Howl Runner. So now he's going to take an extra, he's got 5 attack dice now. He's going to use Jan Orr's ability to take the stress, get an extra attack die. And now he's rolled, it looks like 4 hits, possibly? I had 4 defense dice here, 5. And unfortunately, I did not have I'd rolled 1 evade and 2 focus, and because I couldn't take the focus, Howl Runner died right then and there. That was a big blow for me, mainly because Howl Runner's ability lets her re-roll 1 die of any of her friends that are at range 1. So losing that ability for the whole, that's the whole TIE swarm there, is, the re-rolls. So I did, basically now my pilots here, my ones are shooting back against his 0 agility ship, his Ghost. So I'm trying to get some hits in, taking some shields down. I don't remember how much he has off the top of my head, but I did some damage here, but it wasn't enough to really make him nervous, put it that way. Okay. Yeah, Vinny's building up quite the collection of focus tokens, and that's mainly for his blaster turret, which does require a focus token to use, but he's using them for offense, for defense, to augment his blaster turret. He only had 2 ships. I mean, not counting the Phantom that's docked at the moment. Now, the Phantom lets him, undock that sucker from his rear template into the fray. While it's attached, he gets a rear firing arc, which is kind of nice. Alright, now with my ones, my goal was to block him as best as possible. Make him run into me, deny him actions. Not going to work so well against his Hawk 290, mainly because he's got so many stocked up already. Yeah, with that Howl Runner, I didn't really have to worry about flying in perfect formation anymore, so as long as I had firing solutions on everybody. And it looks like I risked running into someone here. No action on that guy, but I just wanted that firing solution. And it looks like he's going to run into me here, possibly? I can't tell. Not from this angle. If he takes an action, then I'll know. I don't think he did. Yeah, he must have hit my one TIE fighter there. Alright, so he ran into my ship as well. And again, that was my goal, of trying to deny him actions. But again, he's got all those focus tokens, so he's not really concerned. His maneuver did clear the stress. So he can use Janor's ability again at some point. Now the Hawk 290 is more than likely going to use her blaster turret. 3 attack dice with the blaster turret. 3 hits. What was that? 2 blank and 1 focus. I don't think I could do anything there. 3 hits. So, yeah, okay. He was attacking my first order, and I decided not to use my focus token. So I'm down to 1 hull left on my 1 first order, the one furthest from the camera. I've got 1 hull left. Remember, the first order TIE fighters get 1 shield. Now, Chopper's using 6 attack dice here. 1 extra from Janor's ability, and 1 extra for range 1. And I think he took out... What did he do? He must have missed. Either that or didn't hit me enough to take me out. Hitting a crit. So it looks like Chopper is receiving some critical damage now. Damage sensor array. You cannot perform actions unless they are listed on a damage card. As 1 action, you can flip this card face over or something like that. On a hit or crit result, I think. Anyway. So basically, I'm denying him actions now with Chopper as a result of that critical. Though I may have missed that once or twice during the game. I have been known to make mistakes. You know, being human and all. Alright, so I used my focus, 3 hits. 1 hit. Okay, I was attacking Janor because some of these TIE fighters do not have firing solutions on the Ghost. I was trying to knock out one or the other as quickly as possible before he started picking me off. Alright, so direct hit, 3 damage on the Ghost. Or that might have been on Janor's, I'm not sure. Again, I apologize. It's hard to see what's going on without seeing the cards above it. One of these days I would like to get fancy sidebars, but I don't know how to do that. Alright, damaged engine. Treat all turn maneuvers as red maneuvers. Okay. And that was on his Chopper. Now, because my 1 TIE fighter pilot is touching the Ghost, I took a stress. Now, Chopper gets an extra roll. That's one thing that we missed in the last round. Because of the Ghost ability, and it looks like he took out with his dorsal turret. He gets to fire again at the end of the combat phase with a secondary weapon. So he took out my damaged first order TIE fighter there. So now I'm down to like 5 TIE fighters now. And I haven't taken 1 single ship of his. I did damage his Ghost and his Hawk 290, but he's still got ships on the board at this moment. So it's still a pretty close game. If I can just knock out one of his ships with 5 TIE fighters on the board, that would mean something, but we'll see. Now that we're all up close and personal, this was difficult. I had to time my maneuvers just right. move this TIE fighter so that this one could move here, and then move this one first so that this next one could move here. It was a challenge, logistical challenge. Okay, it looks like I inadvertently took Vinny's focus tokens away from him. He realized that and I put him back. Again, he has that one Moldy Crow ability or title that lets him keep them, even though they would normally go away at the end phase. Alright, so the one First Order TIE pilot did a 4K turn, or either 3 or 4, one of the two. I don't remember what they have on their dial. And the rest of them are doing what now? Okay, that's a 1 hard turn that way. Basically trying to block him wherever possible. He maintains his stress so I don't get to take an action. I think I realized that. And then took the focus away. Yep, okay. And I collided. But again, my goal was to prevent the Hawk 290 from getting any action. Same with the Ghost. Alright, now with his huge base here, yeah, he was going to land on top of that. So he had to move back. There he goes. Okay. So he ran into someone, no action. No, he gets, with both of his pilots, he gets to shoot first. So this is kind of bad for my ones here. And it looks like with his Ghost close to death, he went ahead and maneuvered his Phantom out the rear firing, out the rear arc there. And I was trying to figure out the rules associated with that, so I had to actually look them up. Alright, and we're back, yeah. And basically, with that, you pick a maneuver from the dial, and then you maneuver them outside from the middle slot, out the rear of the Ghost, and then you get to take an action. So as long as it's not a stressful maneuver, typical, maneuver. If he had landed on an asteroid or something, or performed a red maneuver, wouldn't have been able to take an action. But he took a barrel roll. Alright. So it looks like he's attacking, I believe. 3 blaster turret, 3 attack dice, spin a focus. He's got plenty more that came from. Predator. He loves his Predator. He uses that every single time. And I rolled 3 blanks, so that's 3 hits, dead. The dice were not with me. I mean, you could get a bunch of high agility ships, but the dice could be absolutely nasty to you. I mean, there's a 3 in 8 chance that you'll roll an evade, a 2 in 8 chance that you'll roll a focus, and I think a 2 in 8 chance that you'll roll a blank. So out of all 3 dice, I rolled blanks. That's just terrible. Alright, again, me doing some damage here, not a whole lot. I don't believe I took anyone off the board this round. Did damage, yes. 1 damage. But wasn't enough. So now I've got 4 TIE fighters on the board. And he now has 3 ships, as opposed to 2. So I'm in trouble. The Ghost can fire 4, has that dorsal turret. The Hawk 290 has a blaster turret. My TIE fighters have to stay in arc, which is difficult at this point in time. So, and most of them are stressed to boot. Unfortunately, to take a green action would mean I wouldn't get a firing solution on them, unless I switch targets. So I think I opted to keep my stress and just try and block as much as possible here. Stress stays with him. Yep. Trying to deny that Hawk 290 any sort of action. Alright, 2 straight here. Didn't hit him. Got a focus token with that. Now the downside is my two TIE fighters on the left are facing the wrong direction. So the only one that really has a firing solution on the Hawk 290 right now is the one in the back, the first order pilot. Now the Hawk 290, oh, okay, he's moving first here. Alright, he runs into that TIE fighter there, so no action. And yeah, whatever maneuver he planned didn't work. He just moved forward ever so slightly. Bumped into that TIE fighter. And he's got a range 1 on that one TIE fighter there, so he's going to roll Predator to hit. One evade. Yep, no damage. Now Chopper goes, he's going to stress out Jan Ors to get 6 attack dice on the one TIE fighter. Even with 3 agility, there's no way. And I think that was 2 focus and a blank? Yeah, I spent my focus, I think. Ended up taking a critical, which gave me a stress, unfortunately. And I also got a stress because that one chopper there and that large ship hit my small ship. That's his special ability. So I got an extra stress on top of that. Here's me shooting back. 1 hit, 2 blanks. That would have been nice if I could take out the Hawk 290 here, but I couldn't do it. Alright, 3 attack dice on the closest TIE fighter, 2 hits. Still, I mean, the chopper is almost dead, but not there yet. Man, that Jan Or and Ghost combo is a beast. I gotta say. Jan Or's having the ability to consistently give him an extra attack die, and with him being at range 1 like that, ugh. Alright, his attack shuttle there, or his, Phantom is still having some issues. Okay, here's me again trying to block. Like, I know that he has to either go forward or turn. So basically, I'm hoping that he overshoots me to the point where I can shoot at him. Unless he moves like 1 straight, or I don't know what his dial is, but I was counting on him to turn or something. But that's why I also moved there right in front of him. If he didn't go 1 straight, he'd bump into me, no action. But still, he gets 6 attack dice. And even with no modifier, it's a dangerous thing. And there's me trying to block the Hawk 290. And Chopper goes next, I believe. And I think that was a 5K turn, which is crazy for a large ship like that. And for the sake of the camera, I do believe I removed the Ghost from the base. I believe. Yeah, I was checking the camera here. Yeah, I just took it off the base at this point. That way you guys can actually see the TIE fighters. And the Hawk 290 moves, I think bumps into somebody. Yeah, the side of the base hits the one TIE fighter. So it just moves up and hits the first one, I think. Yeah. Again, we fly casual, so our bumping maneuvers may not be perfect, but it is what it is. Alright, Hawk 290 with his blaster turret, I believe. Or no, it's just... No blaster turret because he doesn't have a focus, so no damage. He has 2 attack dice. He gets 1 by default, 2 at range 1, so no damage. Now Chopper's going to go. And yeah, he's checking for stress. Yeah, he's going to put a stress token on Jan Ors to give himself an extra attack die. Again with the 6 attack dice. Man, he was just... I had to do something about that Chopper. So yeah, he's dead. So now I'm down to 3 TIE fighters. Not a single of his ships are off the board yet. Alright, so range 2 attack. 1 hit. Ghost is gone. Okay, so I finally managed to get the Ghost off the field. It was tough. I've got 3 TIE fighters left. And no firing solution whatsoever on any of the other ships. So, on to the next round. Picking maneuvers. Okay, so we're finally making our maneuvers here. I'm going 2 straight, basically it's a green maneuver, trying to clear that stress off. I couldn't do much else besides that. I didn't want to be in range of his attack shuttle or his... Okay, that was a 2 Segners loop there. Trying to get a beat on his 290, trying to knock it out if I can. It's the only ship that can actually shoot this turn. The First Order pilot. And he's doing a barrel roll here. And that ship keeps falling off the base as well. Alright. So his Hawk 290 is going to shoot first. Green maneuver, clears the stress, takes 2 focus tokens. Blaster turret, here we come. Alright, he's going after that TIE fighter there. First Order TIE pilot. Rolling 3 dice. He's rolling Predator on... He's rolling 2 Predator because of that being a skill of 1. So 2 hits on him, I believe. And I got a loose stabilizer. Lucky me. So yeah, my First Order pilot is now pretty bad shape. The other 2 TIE fighters I don't believe have been hit yet, but the night is young. Alright, so I'm shooting back. No damage. 1 hit, 1 evade. If only, I think, I could just get my TIE fighters turned back around and get a bead on this Hawk 290, will I have a chance. Because once that attack shuttle enters the fray, Zeb, he's got, I think, 3 attack dice, 2 agility, 2 hull, and 2 shield. So with 3 attack dice, that's pretty nasty. Alright, I'm desperately trying to figure out what the heck to do. Most of my ships are stressed out. I want to clear that stress and take some actions to save myself, but at the same time, I want to make sure I've got a firing solution on my opponent. So it's a rough call. Do you give up defense and offensive capabilities like a focus token so that you guarantee yourself to have a shot on your opponent? Or do you play it safe and not get a shot but clear stress in preparation for a next turn? That's the tough part. And here I'm trying to block the Hawk 290 once again. Alright, so that cleared the stress. And that gives me... I took an evade there. Just in case. And that cleared my last stress on that pilot. I took a focus token, I believe. Alright, so... he maneuvers. He's at range 1. Not looking good for my First Order pilot here. So the Hawk 290 gets to shoot first. Blaster turret, probably. Oh, he gets to move first, yeah. And now he's going to take 2 focus tokens. 1 for the blaster turret, and then 1 for defense or offense, depending. Predator uses the focus, 3 hits, and he's dead. Another one gone. Another one gone. They're dropping like flies, ladies and gentlemen. Dropping like flies. Alright, at range 1, 5 attack dice. I'm not sure. Oh, Jan Ors used the stress ability. I don't think I put the stress token on him. It didn't matter at this point. I didn't roll enough defense dice to stop that 5 attack roll. So now it's just a lonely TIE fighter versus 2 incredibly tough ships. One of which is damaged, yes. My hope was to make the Hawk 290 run into me while I took out the shuttle, but trying to take on 2 at once. Now my goal here was just to get behind this asteroid. I get an extra defense die if he has to shoot through it. So I took an evade there. And it looks like he's coming around. I don't have a firing solution. He does. Took a focus. And he's taking a 2 slight turn, possibly. 2 focus there. Alright, so the attack shuttle's going to shoot. I get some defense dice extra. Yeah, no damage. And back to the dials. Alright, now I wasn't sure if I could get away with a 1 hard turn here, so I went around the asteroid. I might have tried to risk it, but because you can see what's going to happen next. He does a 2 hard turn. We're neck and neck again. Just he could sneeze on me, I could sneeze on him, and it could cause some serious damage. Alright, so Hawk 290 goes first. Blaster turret. 3 attack dice. Predator. And yeah, with 2 evade, wasn't enough, I don't think. 2 hits. Okay, no, he was damaged. Okay, and now he's got the 5. I rolled 3 evade there, and still that wasn't enough. So good game. Yeah, so he obliterated me. So there you go, folks. Vinny's done an excellent job putting this list together. I gotta say, like I thought my TIE Swarm would overwhelm his larger ship, but apparently that wasn't the case. His Jan Ors just allowed him to roll 6 attack dice at range 1, totally obliterated everything. And I think with me losing Howl Runner in the beginning like I did, making her run into somebody, making myself lose that action to take a focus, so that if I did roll focus, I wouldn't be able to use it on my defense dice, which is what happened, and I end up losing Howl Runner. So that combined with his powerful abilities, I think, just wiped me out. Had I been able to get more hits in there, roll a little bit better in terms of dodging, I think I might have pulled on top, but it's close. So there you go. If you guys want to see more X-Wing, let me know. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, and check out my official website, www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.